from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
This is the National News Broadcast coming to you live from the Rupavahini Studios. Bringing you your stories for today, I'm Sharam Mascrinius.
I'm Charita Vinipurarachi, and let's move on to the headlines for tonight's news. Bus fares and school van charges will not be increased despite the fuel price hike. Emergency purchase of medicines will be completely suspended. About 7,700 families in 9 districts have been affected by the inclement weather. The southern province and Kalutara and Ratnapura districts will have heavy rains during the next 24 hours. The minister inquires the official over the delay of flights at Sri Lankan Airlines. The elephant shot by mistake is getting well. An intensive investigation will be carried out into the resignation of Muladhiv district judge. Vehicle revenue license will be delivered to households from the 7th of this month. Nobel Prize this year goes to 2 medical scientists who invented COVID vaccine.
Now to those and other stories in detail, starting off with local news. Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has revised the prices of fuel with effect from midnight yesterday.
The Sinopec company has not yet revised the price of octane 92 petrol. Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has increased the price of octane 92 petrol by 4 rupees per litre. Its new price is 365 rupees. Octane 95 petrol has increased by 3 rupees per litre up to 420 rupees. Lanka White Diesel has increased by 10 rupees per litre. Its new price is 351 rupees. Price of Super Diesel has been increased by 62 rupees up to 421 rupees. Kerosene oil is increased 11 rupees per litre. Its new price is 242 rupees. Lanka IOC company has also increased the prices of fuel similar to the CPETCO new prices. However, Sinopec private company is still selling a litre of octane 92 petrol at the old price of 358 rupees. The company has increased octane 95 petrol variety by 6 rupees per litre. Its new price is 420 rupees. Sinopec has increased the price of diesel 10 rupees a litre up to the new price of 348 rupees. A litre of super diesel is increased by 61 rupees up to the new price of 417 rupees. Meanwhile, Lanka Private Bus Owners Association and Interprovincial School Van Owners Association says that their charges remain unchanged despite the fuel price increase. Kamanu Vijayaratna of the Private Bus Owners Association said that the present policy of bus fares has been implemented for over 20 years at present. Under this policy, the influence of diesel for the bus fare is about 4%. The price has increased by 4 rupees per litre this time. Therefore, the price increase is not significant enough to increase the bus fare. EM Ruan Prasad of the Interprovincial School Bus Owners Association said that although the fuel price increased, the school bus charges will not be increased. However, the school vans that run in very remote and difficult areas will be allowed to increase the charges by a fair amount.
The government has decided to stop emergency purchase of medicines with immediate effect. The Minister Kelia Rambukwala made this comment at a special media briefing held in the Health Ministry. Minister Kelia Rambukwala said that the emergency procurement of medicines will be suspended with immediate effect. Minister Rambukwala said that during the COVID pandemic, the State Pharmaceuticals Corporation and the Medical Supplies Division fell into great difficulty. We didn't have flights to airlift medicines, so we couldn't bring medicines and we had to make do with what we had. He also said that due to the conditions in the country at the time, they had to resort to emergency procurements of drugs. Due to what we were facing at that time, we had to go for emergency procurements. We also had an economic crisis at that time. Banks were refusing to lend money to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka had to purchase medicines through the Indian credit line worth 1 billion rupees. He also said that we are short of 170 to 200 drugs. We are managing this. This can drop to 7,200. He added that the government was working with the Bangladeshi government to procure medicines in the next 3 months. While the shortage of essential medicines stemmed from the economic crisis, it persists due to lack of a robust, transparent procurement system, trade bodies have said. The minister further said that the National Medicines Regulatory Authority must play a much stronger, transparent and independent role in ensuring that high-quality medicines are procured, including essential medicines that are procured through an emergency process, the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce said earlier.
The Met Department says heavy rains can be experienced in the southern province and in the Kalutara and Ratnapura districts within the next 24 hours. The Irrigation Department states that although the water level of river basins is receding at present, there may be a risk of overflowing the rivers if the rains continue. Director General of Department of Meteorology Atula Karunanayaka said that the rains experiencing these days are of the latter of southwestern monsoon. Tomorrow there will be more rain compared to today. The Met Department expects a decrease of rainfall after 7th of this month. Minister of Disaster Management Pramita Bandarathenakon says that 7,694 families in 9 districts have been affected by the inclement weather. However, no casualties, deaths or missing persons have not yet been reported. The minister added that 260 displaced persons have been settled in 7 welfare centres. State Minister of Defence Pramita Bandarathenakon said that cooked meals are provided to the affected people in the Gol and Mathura district as an immediate relief. Financial grants have been allocated to 23 districts for emergency responses in a disastrous situation. Compensation for the damages caused to house will be paid after obtaining required funds from the Treasury. Water levels of the Castlereagh and Mount Sakale reservoirs are nearing the overflow level at present due to the heavy rains experienced in the Central Hills. The resident engineer says that the capacity of both reservoirs have risen to 90% at present. Therefore, the hydropower stations of Vimala Surendra, Lakshapana, New Lakshapana, Polpitia and Canyon are generating electricity at the maximum capacity. Sri Lanka Mahaveli Authority today opened 3 sluice gates of the Polgola Dam as water level of the Mahaveli River is rising rapidly. A water flow of 3,700 cubic feet per second is released to the Victoria Reservoir from the Polgola Dam. 1,000 cubic feet per second are released to the Bovathan Reservoir. Our correspondent reports that low-lying areas in the lower basin of Nilwala River are still underwater. Accordingly, low-lying areas in Valle Tota, Narangala and Kakduwa have submerged. The Mathura District Disaster Management Centre informed the public of the area to be vigilant on the danger of crocodile attacks as the reptiles are freely roaming around the flooded areas. Meanwhile, water level of the Ganga is gradually receding at present. Water level at the Baddegama Hydrological Centre at 4.47 meters today. Our correspondent reports that low-lying areas in Unavitia, Agalia and Baddegama are still underwater. An earth mound chosen to a 2-story building at the St. Joseph's Girls Primary School in Kegul has fallen. Due to the risk of further fall of earth, the school was temporarily closed today. Officials of the National Building Research Institute organization have arrived in the scene and taking measures to minimize the danger.
Minister Nimal Siripala De Silva says that a decision has been taken to provide the privilege given to the Sri Lankan Airlines to freely conduct flights to the other airlines as well. Accordingly, other airlines will also be able to conduct flights of their own as of the Sri Lankan Airlines. The minister made these remarks at a special discussion held in his ministry regarding the delay of several flights of Sri Lankan Airlines during the past few days. This discussion was held with regard to the delay of about 8 flights of the Sri Lankan Airlines during the past few days and inconvenience caused to the passengers. Management of Sri Lankan Airlines and representatives of all trade unions of the airlines were present at this discussion. The representatives of the Engineers Trade Union attributed the delays to the technical faults of the aircrafts. However, the management of Sri Lankan Airlines pointed out that this delay was caused due to a certain trade union action. After a lengthy discussion regarding this matter, the minister said that there are about 21 aircrafts and 260 pilots in the airline at present. In pursuant to the international standards, there should be about 12 pilots in service per aircraft. A pilot should achieve 100 flying hours per month. However, pilots of the Sri Lankan Airlines has only achieved 60 flying hours. The minister pointed out that if a pilot achieved at least 80 flying hours, there would not be such a problem. Minister said that there is a problem over salaries and allowances. Sri Lankan Airlines is under debt of $1.2 billion. it has to pay interest for these loans. Owing to the flight delays during the past few days, we had to accommodate passengers at hotels that caused a loss of $6 million. If the airline can increase its productivity, the staff can be provided with some benefits. The government has given a monopoly to Sri Lankan Airlines so far. We have decided to grant a fifth freedom right to other airlines as well. Anyway, the government has to take decision regarding this situation for the well-being of the citizens.
And today is the World Habitat Day, and the theme this year of the World Habitat Day is Secured Urban Economy. It is celebrated this year for the 37th occasion. Wish of each of the human being is to build up a house of his own. The United Nations declared the first Monday of October as the World Habitat Day in 1985. It has been celebrated yearly since 1986. The significance of celebrating such a day was proposed by the then Sri Lankan Prime Minister R. Premadasa. A celebration of this year to mark the day was held today at the Seth Suripaya in Battaramulla under the patronage of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. The Ministry of Urban Development and Housing has declared a Habitat Week in line with the World Habitat Day. The opening ceremony of the week was held this morning. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that we have to think and live to reduce expenses. If we allow environmental friendly policies, the United Nations are ready to extend their support to Sri Lanka. The country has to win the challenges with proper planning. All local government bodies should take stern actions. The government has imposed regulations to use rainwater effectively for over 15 years. However, the regulations have not yet been properly implemented. The Prime Minister presented the awards to the winners of Island-wide painting and essay competition organised by the National Housing Development Authority. The authority has also organised a dancing competition and its winners also received awards. Secretary to the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing, W.S. Satyananda, Sri Lanka's Program Manager of the UN Human Habitat Programme, Salim Karim Sada, were also present at the ceremony. And meanwhile, the veterinary surgeon of the Sri Dalanda Maligawa Veterinary Division, Dr. Tharindu Vijayakon, says that the domesticated elephants that were shot at mistakenly in Mahayangane is now rather in a good condition.
A group of vet surgeons headed by Dr. Vijayakon treated the elephant both yesterday and today. The elephant was shot at last Saturday morning when it was tethered near the Mahavali river bank after the end of the Mahayangana Perahera. Veterinary surgeons started the treatment for the elephant on the same day. The elephant is kept at Mahayangana area for further treatment at present. The elephant is facing inconvenience in walking as it was shot close to the heart area. Under the guidance of the veterinary surgeons, a special shuttle has been prepared for the animal to rest. A member of the Civil Defence Force had shot an elephant mistakenly as a wild elephant. There were over 5 bullets in the body of the elephant. The veterinary surgeons have not yet confirmed whether the bullets are rubber or real bullets. The suspected Civil Defence Force soldier was released on bail later. The victimized female elephant is about 48 years. The elephant has also contributed in acting in the film Kadira Divyaraja.
And meanwhile, the 5th Forum of the Environment Ministers and Authorities of the Asia-Pacific region will commence tomorrow in Colombo. The forum will conclude on the 6th of this month. This has been jointly organized by the Ministry of Environment and the UN Environmental Programme. The forum will focus special attention to discuss the environmental problems in the Asia-Pacific region. It will also create a common forum for the government's intergovernmental organization and other stakeholders of the region. The paramount aim of this forum is to make necessary contributions to the final decision of the 6th session of the UN Environmental Conference, which is scheduled to be held in Nairobi from the 26th of February to the 1st of March next year. About 300 representatives from 39 countries are expected to take part in this conference. Towards this conference, it has been planned to set up an Asia-Pacific Ministerial Forum on the 5th of this month under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The Ministry of Transport has decided to hold a green vehicle exhibition produced by local entrepreneurs at Pittipana area in Homagama in order to popularize the use of electric vehicles among the general public. Aim of this exhibition is to promote the use of electric vehicles as an alternative to fuel crisis. A discussion in this connection was held today at the Transport Ministry under the patronage of Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena. A practical experience is to be given to the relevant top officials of the Ministry of Finance, Customs Department, Inland Revenue Department, Ministry of Industries and other relevant institutions. The Green Campus Nanotechnology Institute, Department of Motor Traffic and several other institutions will also contribute to make this exhibition a success. This will be held on the 14th and 15th of this month.
The Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine has been awarded to a pair of scientists who developed the technology that led to the mRNA COVID vaccines. Professor Katalin Kariko and Drew Weissman will share the Nobel Prize. The technology was experimental before the pandemic, but now has been given to millions of people around the world to protect them against serious COVID-19. The same mRNA technology is now being researched for other diseases, including cancer. The Nobel Prize said the laureates contributed to the unprecedented rate of vaccine development during one of the greatest threats to the human health modern times. Vaccines trained the immune system to recognize the fight threats such as the virus or bacteria. Traditional vaccine technology has also been based on dead or weakened versions of the original virus or bacterium, or by using the fragments of infectious agent. In contrast, mRNA vaccines use a completely different approach during the COVID pandemic. The Moderna, the Pfizer, BioNTech vaccines were both based on mRNA technology. Professor Karko and Professor Weissman met with the early 1990s when they were working at the University of Pennsylvania in the United States.
Minister of Public Security Tiran Alas has informed the IGP to conduct a full investigation into the resignation of the Mullaitivu district judge. The Mullaitivu district judge has posted his resignation on the 23rd of last month. He has stated the reason for the resignation is the mental distress owing to the threat to his life posed by some persons. Sri Lanka Bar Association has focused its attention to this incident and has said that a decision will be taken regarding this matter following a special executive committee meeting. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Bar Association, Attorney-at-Law Kaushalya Navaratna, said that a letter with all details in this connection was handed over to the Chief Justice this morning, requesting an immediate investigation into this incident. We have also handed over a letter to the Minister Tiran Alas as well. Accordingly, Minister Tiran Alas has ordered the IGP to conduct an extensive investigation into the reasons of the district judge's resignation and going abroad. The IGP has also been ordered to find out the exact persons who have threatened to the district judge through the CID.
State Minister of Technology Kanaka Herath announced that Sri Lanka will introduce the new monitor vehicle revenue license system on the 7th of this month. He emphasized that this program will be implemented in all provinces except for the Western Province. The State Minister shared these details during a news conference held at the Presidential Media Centre today under the theme Collective Path to a Stable Country. State Minister of Technology Kanaka Herath said that to improve the efficiency of the public service in this country as well as to reduce irregularities, the entire public service should be digitized. Therefore, President Ranil Wickremesinghe stated that all government institutions in Sri Lanka should be digitized through the 2023 budget statement. 9 pilot projects are being implemented by selecting 9 government institutions, including the divisional secretariat divisions, Pradesh Sabha, municipal councils and district secretariat officers under the digitization of the public service. In addition to this, starting from the 7th of this month with the introduction of ERL 2.0, an opportunity arises to acquire vehicle revenue license through the online system, a program jointly executed by the State Ministry of Technology and the Information and Communication Technology Association of Sri Lanka. The initiative encompasses all 8 provinces excluding the Western Province. Then currently there are ongoing efforts to expand this program to encompass all government institutions and facilitate online payments by March of the coming year.
Here's more local news in brief. Floral tributes were offered to the statue of Mahatma Gandhi to mark his 154th birth anniversary. The ceremony was held under the patronage of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena in the temple trees. Indian High Commissioner Gopal Bagle, Deputy Commissioner Satyanjal Pandey and several others were present at this occasion. A meeting between Egyptian Ambassador of Sri Lanka, Marge Moshle, and Deputy Speaker Ajit Rajapaksa was held in Colombo recently. They held talks regarding the economic development and tourism industry between the two countries. A commemoration ceremony was held in Battramula yesterday under the patronage of parliamentarian Jagat Kumara to mark the World Children's Day. Presents and allowances were distributed among a large number of preschool and school students at this ceremony. Some equipments were also distributed among pregnant mothers. State Minister Geeta Kumarasinghe were also present at this occasion. A Children's Day celebration organised by the primary section of DSN Anayaka College in Colombo was held at the school premises today under the patronage of the principal Sampath Veragoda. Popular artist Meera Siritilaka conducted a creative program to entertain the students. Another celebration to mark the World Children's Day was held at the Colombo Royal College. A concert of children was also held at this moment. Principal Tilak Batuheva and a large crowd were present at the ceremony. Stay with us. Foreign news is coming up next.